Hello, everyone. I'm Ryan Anthony, host of the Truth That Heals podcast. And thank you for joining me in these videos where I expose and talk about the AHFI cult. Now, the question that I want to tackle today is: was there information control inside of this organization? And the answer is yes. And I'm going to get into it. Before we continue, if you would like to support my channel and you like the videos that I make, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and if you would like to even support me in other ways, go ahead and check me out at buymeacoffee.com/truth.h7 so you can support my channel and I can make more videos. Now to the episode. So first of all, the information that they want you to see, like for outsiders, is they want you to see them as meek, as humble, as kind, as prayerful, as devoted, with prayers and devotion and piety. And for those in the church, even bishops, if you're watching this and you support the AFI, you might be saying to yourself, well, all they do is spread devotion in prayer and family unity. That's what they want you to see. But behind closed doors, and as you go in further and deeper, there is something more sinister. There is a system that they have put in place, particularly Father Bing and Agnes, to really entrap people. It's a system where you find yourself giving money over and over and over. But first, let's go back to the information control. So what is the catch? How is it that they get people? And like I said, by their appearance. They want to appear as prayerful, devout. Also, that they want to appear that they are in full unity with the church, that they are truly Catholic. As you get more involved, let's say you get invited to an AFI retreat. Now you're at this retreat and you are now going to be hearing a talk of Father Bing. So first you register, get your name tag or whatever, and you get your seat. Something that now that I look back, they were very strict. And when I say they, particularly the Sith sisters, Agnes's group, very strict on making sure that there are no pictures or recordings that are taking place. They hate it. They would tell me, "Hey, you see that guy over there? He has his camera. Tell him to turn it off. Tell him to get out, or tell him to show me the pictures." So I remember going with one sister, and this happened in Puerto Rico. I remember, and this photographer was taking pictures, and she wanted him right there to delete them. Why? Because this is part of the information control. I mean, really a control because first they want to control how they look and the idea that people have of them. So the idea that people have of them, maybe until now that I've been talking about it, is that they're kind, that they're truly Catholic. But now you're at a talk, you're at an AFI talk, a Father Bing talk, and there are things that Father Bing talks about which separates him from the Catholic Church. Topics that he would hit on which were creating, uh, well, two main things. The first one is a us versus the world mentality, and also the second pillar, I would say, is us versus the church. So with us versus the world, and of course, like the main thing that's keeping it all together is fear, guilt. It's really like the glue that puts all these elements together. So you're at an AFI retreat, an AFI talk, and now Father Bing is there giving his lectures. And something that he always focuses on isn't piety, isn't well, it's not just piety or devotion. That's just like a grabber to grab people to think that this is his mission, is to have people pray. But really, I think their mission is to bring fear into people's life. And the way they bring it is by setting up an enemy. So this is all the information that you're going to be getting. Now that you're at the AFI retreat or at a third order retreat, you're going to be getting this information. But if you're in the outside, you're just seeing them as a prayerful community. You're only seeing Father Bing like this, hands folded, praying. But There's something more sinister that's happening. So in these talks, he's going to be setting up the enemy. Who is the enemy that Father Bing always talks about? That is the Freemasons, Illuminati. He talks about all these different sects who are trying to destroy the church from within. It's kind of ironic because look at his group. Look at how he's ran this mission. A lot of damage has been done. A lot of people have been hurt. So that's like the first thing is bringing this fear of these groups that they're trying to persecute him, and for that reason, he always needs bodyguards. He always tells like the lay people, the third orders, I need bodyguards. Please walk with me because in his mind, there's like this paranoia that someone is out to attack or do some violence. And me doing this video, it's diabolical for them. But I feel that this is something that isn't diabolical. It's not something hateful. It's not something despicable. It's me sharing my truth. And so that's the first part. Talking about the enemies of like Freemasons, Illuminati. Now they're going to be talking about banker families. I think I remember them talking, Father Bing always talking about like the Bilderberger, I don't even know how what it was. The Bilderberger family. I keep thinking in my mind like build a burger, $6 off, whatever. And then you have the Rockefeller family. Then you have Rothschild, and he'll be sharing all of these like he'll be sharing in his talks. He'll be like showing clips of like different information, different media, but the drive is to make people feel afraid, feel very afraid. But then he'll go a step further, and this is the part where bishops, priests, some of them are like aware of it, sort of, but not all of them are. And I really pray that bishops, especially those who support the AFI, wake up to this because Father Bing, as a spiritual director of the AFI, well, one, I really believe Father Bing should no longer be a priest, or he should no longer be going on missions. Agnes, all of them should not be involved. The AFI, all that leadership, all of it should really be dissolved and not recognized in any form by the Catholic Church. Because one of the things that they do, as now you're descending deeper into these circles of this cult, is they'll bring this fear of, well, it's us versus the church. And they'll never say that, but that's what's hinted throughout your whole time there, that all the priests, all the nuns, they're all evil. And then another enemy is New Age. Everything is New Age. Everything is diabolical. And like, for example, and this is really for the Catholic audience who might understand. People who are not Catholic may not understand, but they'll talk about the Eucharist. So they'll say like anyone who receives standing or by the hand the Eucharist is committing sacrilege, is committing desecration. So that's like the worst things. For a Catholic, that's like the worst. So now it's demonizing the whole entire church. Even people like maybe they have no ill will. Their intent isn't to desecrate or do sacrilege. People are really going to receive the Eucharist with a pure heart. That don't matter for Father Bing and the AFI movement. It's like boom, you're going to hell, like straight to jail, straight to hell. That's what they push. That it's so evil. And then so what's being done? Little by little, people are getting this idea, this ideology is being built that in society, we have Freemasons, Illuminati, all of that that's trying to destroy us. We have Satan that's really already taken over the church. Everyone else is committing sacrilege. Another thing that he said, and I mentioned this in another video, is that even a bishop who goes against a founder, who goes against a charism, and in his case, that charism is victimhood, or at least his view of victimhood. And anyone who goes against it or tries to suppress it in any way is committing the sin against the Holy Spirit. And that bishop, priest, or whoever is going straight to hell, and God is not going to forgive them. And he said this in Dover, Delaware, around the year 2011, 2012. I remember I was there, and he said it twice. But he said these things. So this is the information, the brainwashing that the laity side, the AFI side, is getting, and I want people to be aware of it. And the reason he's doing all this, why they are doing all this, is well, one, it's to bring fear, to recruit people, to have people stay, because once you're afraid and you stay, it's hard to leave. So I want people to be aware now. The sooner the better, so it's easier for you to get out. Or if maybe you've been invited to a talk, turn the other way and run, please. But now what they're going to do is they're going to offer the solution. So it all adds up. Now the solution is well, to stop the war, to stop the Freemasons, to stop the Illuminati, to stop the desecration, is to pray the way they want you to pray, and to take an oath or a vow or to do some kind of a pledge. And they're going to want you to do this, and they're going to say that, wow, once you do this, God is going to bless you. Your life's going to be changed. You're going to see miracles. And he gives all these talks, and he's like super fired up. And I mean, I was there. I mean, I'd even do these talks and be all fired up, but then it's like the solution is victimhood. Now, what is victimhood? In Father Bing's world, it's you get treated bad or you suffer, you be quiet, you be silent. That's one of the charisms that we had. I mean, besides victimhood, we had creative silence. The spirit of creative silence was one of the charisms that Father Bing gave us. So that means that you shut up, you accept it, and it just blows my mind because you see how much, or I see now how much of a trap it was, because they treat you terribly. They take you away from your family. Or they took me away from my family. I was blindly following, but there are a lot of lies. There's a lot of fraud that happens in the way. I was thinking I was joining a movement that was really prayerful and doing missions, helping spread devotion, but instead it's like it's a totally different world. So they suppress that information. And now that you're in, whether it's a third order or as a consecrated member, things start changing even more drastically. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop right there because in my next video, I'm gonna share how they were able to use information control in a totally different way that family members deserve to know. And I really want family members to know, if you have like a family member there who's stuck there, really take this time to educate yourself, because hopefully one day your son or daughter or sibling or whatever relative, hopefully one day they'll be out of that cult. And now that they're still in there, take that time to educate yourself so that you can be prepared on how to walk with them through that journey. So stay tuned, because in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about information control and the information that they didn't want to be coming out. So that's it for today. Hope you all have a good day. Uh, Peace.